Hi, everybody. So good to see you today in this moment. We're just going to start seated in easy sit pose or perhaps lotus. And as we arrive today, we'll go ahead and just say hello to our pelvis and our hips. See about reaching through the low back and curling it in. Curling in the tailbone when we go back and extending out forward, curling in and back, and extending out and forward, and curling in, and extending. Going the other direction. Breathing in, breathing out. Rocking back and forth. Feeling your sit bones. And go ahead and extend the right leg. Here we are, just reaching through the long leg. Inhaling. Exhaling, dropping in. Coming up and reaching your arm this other direction. And back down. And back up. And back to center. Perhaps a little bit of a windshield wiper with the straight leg. Really engaging at the quad. Let that rest. And just reaching forward. Keeping your sit bones connected to the earth. Breathing in, lifting up. Slowly, we'll bring the right leg back in and just wiggle. Just notice where you are now. Very stimulating today. We're looking at stimulating fire currents in this sequence. exploration. So go ahead and extend the left leg out straight, keeping the right leg in lotus, half lotus. And inhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Bringing the left arm the opposite direction, opening the side body. Inhale, reach. Inhale, lift. Reach one more time. I'm discovering here that my right side body needs this stretch a lot more through my QL, my low back, my side, than my left. So I'm taking the time to add another stretch. Always do this in your exploration of movement. If you notice tightness or stiffness in any region, take an extra round of opening in the stretch and meet that tension with an opening, a deeper opening. Deeper tension calls for deeper opening. Back at center. Go ahead and wake that left leg up. A little bit of a windshield wiper. Just rotating at the quad. And reaching forward, inhale. Inhale, lift. Bringing that left leg back in front, an easy sit pose or lotus. And just wobbling around, noticing the slow opening into our legs. And now we're going to take the left leg again and swing it behind us into deer pose. So now we have our left leg resting behind our right in front. And we're just going to take a few twists, reaching around your right leg, holding your right knee, coming into a twist. Inhale. Inhale up to center and twisting the other direction. reaching around your left thigh, reaching your left hand behind your back. Back to center. And again, just exploring some free movement, just exploring the hips, the torso. Just rolling around on the hips, tucking the tailbone, extending the tailbone, rolling in a circle, maybe noticing the attachments at the thighs. Changing your direction of if you're going in a circle, or go the opposite direction of whatever you're wiggling into. And from here, we'll go ahead and take a deeper stretch into pigeon. So we're going to allow that left leg to reach behind you and slowly just start to bring your right leg underneath you. I'm just gonna have to scoot this thing out of here. Great. And so just take a moment just to meet this opening into pigeon here. There's no exact position you're supposed to be in. When we meet these postures, it's really important to understand the pose in the way of how your body is today. So I'm noticing that I have a lot of stiffness in my right hip joint, and my right knee, I have a little bone growth on my tibia where it comes into my knee. And I notice my right knee doesn't really want to go into a deeper opening here. So to protect it, I bring it in. And I acknowledge that I am opening into the hip. And I feel the knee opening in a way that isn't rubbing bone on bone. So I'm just playing with where I am today. And then once you find a good juicy spot, just allow yourself to lay down for a moment. And here I want to play a little bit. So we're going to, from pigeon, we're going to slowly just lift back up and roll onto your left hip. Roll onto your left hip. Keep rolling. Start to lift your right knee and bring your right leg up with you as you roll. And now let's look at this. This is hard to see on the camera. Okay, here we go. So I've just rolled the other direction and allowed my body to land where I can actually see the range I'm working with when I'm laying my body down in pigeon the other direction. We can see here how available the joints and the muscles are to that posture. And just another stretch, just a deeper stretch, less intense, but just highlighting pigeon in another direction. Always just wiggling into edges. And just allow that right foot to slide off. And we're gonna bring our left leg in and our right leg back. Deer pose. Once again, we're just wiggling. Always going the opposite direction of anything that you've got going. Make sure you do both sides, both directions, forward, backward, side, side, rotation, whatever it is, go both directions. And we're going to take a twist. So reaching that right arm over that left knee, left hand behind your back. Inhale to center and rotating the other direction. Left hand over the right thigh. Right hand behind your back. Inhaling to center. And from here, I'm going to X out of this and go into pigeon on the other side. So wiggling your right leg back, rolling. Here we are. slowly coming up, we're gonna do this little fun move again where we're going to just slowly roll onto the right hip and bring that left knee up. We're rolling and we land. Just wiggling. Noticing any differences from side to side. Unravel this leg and we bring both legs up, knees bent, and windshield wipers. Back into easy sit pose or lotus. From here, we're going to start building a little bit more fire, leading up to a standing. So go ahead and we're going to look at fire logs and just begin to stack the knees. We'll see what I've got. This is something I need to grow into. So here we are. This is a tightness that happens at the hip flexor and the glutes for me. So here we're just gonna rock. Today I just want to encourage this sort of stimulation where we're just rocking. This is a little bit more stimulating than other experiences that I typically step into Satvik a lot, which is just spaciousness, stillness, slow opening. But this is more of a deep rocking. So we're using fire and water. We're stimulating deep patterns in the hip with a little bit of stimulation here. So using rocking in any position is just fabulous to get a little bit more depth and to meet a new edge. If you think, oh, I've gone as far as I will go and this is where I go, you know, at that point, that's a good point to just check in with a little bit of rocking and see what else you've got. So here this is. You guys get to see it grow. We get to bear witness. Always giving love to our brains. This, when we can grab our feet on either side here, we're really also stimulating the left and right hemispheres to communicate, become more coherent. Brain juice. Unstack and a little bit of windshield wipers. other leg. So here we are, taking the left leg, letting that rest out in front, taking the right leg, hanging the ankle over the left thigh, and fire logs, one variation. The goal is to actually have your legs stacked on top of each other, like this. So this is a growing edge for me, and I think, as we begin to explore this posture, really be kind in your exploration through rocking, slow rocking, yet stimulating. There's no need to force anything. Like for me, on this right knee, I have a bone growth here at the top edge of my tibia. And it really changes the degree that I can have my knee bent. And at the same time, my hip flexors and my deep glute have a lot of room to open. So we'll see what I can find in this posture. Does this exist for my body? I don't know. We're going to explore that. And keep meeting the edges. Either way, my hips love this opening. It's very good for me. And I hope it serves y'all well. Just remember to keep breathing. It can get kind of sharp and hot. Hence the name fire logs, I suppose. Taking a moment to lean into it. And slowly we unwind. And let's take ourselves into a squat. Slowly lifting your bums off the ground. Coming into a squat. And here. Go ahead and meet the squat with a little twist. And other direction. And slowly inhale your bum up and down. And up and down. Take a moment to hang here in forward fold, allowing your toes to pivot to where they're pointed forward. Continuing to breathe just in this forward fold. And slowly inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop back down. Inhale, halfway lift. And inhale all the way up. All right. We're going to, while we're standing, we're going to go into, let's see if I know how to operate this thing. I'm going to make this taller so I can stand and be seen. All right. So we're standing. What's up? We've made it. We've made it to standing. Just a few rotations. And we're going to look at stimulating a little bit more fire for the day. This is something I would recommend in the daytime, ideally outside, not pointed at anyone. This is something that's going to raise your heat, raise your energy, very stimulating, and ultimately just start to bring up the heat from what we just built in the hips. So we're going to bring the heat up and circulate our whole bodies. This is called the wood chopper. So just find a position where you feel stable and that you can come into a little bit of a squat. And we're just going to make this a little taller. Great. So wood chopper, this is called the wood chopper. Very simple, very fast. We're going to use motion and sound and breath to generate heat and release any internal tension that's lingering, that feels stagnant or dense or tense, and we're going to just release it out of our bodies. So here we are in a stable position. Our legs slightly bent, so we have a little bit of a bend and a give there. Bringing your hands over your head together as if you're holding an axe. And ultimately, you're going to breathe in, and as we exhale down, you're going to say, ha! And release any heat, frustration, stagnation, anything you feel internally is in your system and it needs to move. Use ha! H-A to send that energy through the system and circulate new fire. We are cleansing and we are building heat all at once. Letting go, building heat. Letting go, bringing new strength. So we're going to inhale. And as we exhale, go between your legs. Ha! And chop the wood. This is very potent. I would say you only need to do 2 to 5 and really check in each time you do this motion to see what's good for you. Also acknowledge that if you're prone to dizziness, this is something that you want to do in a soft ground environment just in case you lose your footing. Because we do go a full, almost like a full flip with the nature of how we extend back and go down. So again, inhale, ha! 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 Really start to feel the heat translating in the cells in your body, translating through different regions in your body. Just notice this wave of energy coming through. And as we shift this energy through our system, we're going to hit the positive pole of our eyes, our eye sockets, which is the positive pole of our fire system within polarity therapy. We've just worked the thighs, which is the negative pole of fire. We've just activated the solar plexus, which is the neutral point of fire. We are going to now access the eyes as the positive pole of fire and hit this whole line to invigorate and stimulate fire, releasing stagnation, bringing in strong, calm, available energy. Rub your hands together. Building heat. And cup your hands, place them over your eye sockets, and let them rest. Notice. Notice any sensation. Keep your hands over your eyes for as long as you feel is right for you. Just noticing sensations. Keeping your hands over your eyes until you feel a sense of calm, energy, throughout your body. And just taking a moment to give thanks to this energy that's always available to us throughout the day, moment to moment. Allowing ourselves to meet each moment with strength, vitality, and beyond. Thank you, guys. Enjoy. Enjoy. Thank you.